The Riverlands had seen enough bloodshed to last a lifetime. Yet the conflict between the lords of the land had persisted for years. In such turmoil, Sir Alistair, once a proud and honourable knight, had found himself on the wrong side of the war. He had lost everything he held dear, including his faith in the righteousness of his cause. Disgraced and bitter, he wandered the countryside seeking a path to redemption. As he travelled, Sir Alistair witnessed the cruelty of the lords and their disregard for the small folk. The peasants suffered the most, caught between the warring factions. He saw mothers weeping for their children taken by the drafted lords. He heard the desperate pleas of fathers who lost their farms and were left with nothing. He saw the injustice in the eyes of the poor, and he knew he had to make amends for his past mistakes. Sir Alistair decided to fight for the small folk. He rallied them, inspired them with his words and actions, and showed them that they too can have a voice. Their first battle was not against one of the great houses, but against a group of knights who terrorized the small folk. These knights had been raiding small villages, taking their goods, and leaving the people with nothing. Sir Alistair and his band of peasants challenged these knights, knowing that they were outnumbered and outmatched. But Sir Alistair's confidence and passion was infectious. The small folk fought with all their might, and when the smoke cleared, the knights lay defeated. Word of their victory spread quickly, and as they moved across the countryside, the small folk flocked to their banner. Soon their numbers had swelled to thousands, and they were ready to challenge the lords who had ignored their pleas for too long. The lords, of course, did not take kindly to this challenge. They saw it as a revolt, an insult to their authority. But Sir Alistair and his army could not be deterred. They marched forward, determined to take back what was rightfully theirs. The battles that followed were brutal and bloody, but with each victory, the small folk gained more power and respect. Eventually, the lords were forced to recognize their strength and to negotiate. It was a hard-fought victory, but in the end, justice had prevailed. Sir Alistair knew that his past could not be erased, but he found solace in the fact that he had made a difference. He had fought for something greater than himself and had redeemed himself in the eyes of those he had once wronged. He had given the small folk a voice, and they had used it to create a better world for themselves and their children. And so, Sir Alistair continued to fight, not just for himself, but for others. He became a hero to the small folk, a symbol of hope and redemption. And in the Riverlands, where blood had once flowed freely, a new era had begun, one of peace, justice, and equality. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.